working. Okay. All right. Turn that on. Okay. All the things. We will get going, I think. Well, we should be. Hi, Justin. I have to block that glare from the window I always forget about. Okay. We'll get started here. Um, Hi, Ray. Sure, Ghost. Whatever. That's good for you, I guess. Bring this stuff up. Hello, hello. Hi, Dragon's Celt on both the tubes and the Purple Witch. I see you on both of those. Hello. Great. Okay. That one. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Audie, hi. Hello, everybody. Do need to make sure whenever Scotty gets in here, I need to know, Scotty, once you're in here. Hi, Miguel. Set for... Oh. Hello, hello, everyone. It's Tuesday. I'm back. It's Tuesday. Hi, Dottalist. I'm sorry I missed your hi. Guys, it's a lot easier for me to catch your hellos on the tubes if you send a super chat. I believe it's only about $2 to be able to do that. It makes it a lot easier. Did I not get my gift goal up here? I guess I didn't. All right. Egg raid incoming. Yay! It's a lot. I have 3 different chats, so it's a lot easier for me to catch your stuff if you're there. Let me bring up my backup account. Okay, and Lo's back. Hi, Lo. How are you today?
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well today. Can I just get your age for TikTok again?
Oh yeah, sure, no problem. I'm 29 years old.
Sure. What do you want to talk about today?
Yeah, I just came on to really to say I noticed that you changed the headset, and I was curious on like why did you go from that product to the previous one?
These are the headphones I've always used as long as I had a plug-in mic. These are the ones I've always had.
Oh, are they really? What brand is that?
These ones are... Oh, crap. What are these ones? That's a good question. What are they?
Yeah, I don't care.
They say One Audio. Like, I'm guessing it's supposed to be audio, but it's like ODIO. One Audio. You don't care. He said he didn't care, but you asked, so. You notice how he... I know. Do you notice how he never wants to talk about Trump anymore, by the way? Anybody else notice that? Anyway, 126 people in here. Good morning or good afternoon. Oh my God. Olive. Thank you so much. Guys, W Olive in the chat. W my stone fruit wife. My God.
Hi.
Hi.
It's a whale.
It is a whale. I love the whale diving. He makes me happy.
Whoosh, whoosh.
Anyway, you guys, good morning or good afternoon. I appreciate you guys being here on this Tuesday. I hope everybody is doing well. If we could tap that screen, share the live, do your daily heart me if you have not done so. I'm going to put up the little heart puffs. If you guys could complete that out, that helps push us onto the algorithm. I do have what you saw Olive give me is a massive gift, and I don't expect that of you. But there is, if you click on my profile and hit the little I think it says like C5 or something on it. It's my gift gallery for the week. I am trying to light that up. That would be great. If anything you can contribute to that to light it up would be wonderful. I do have my 100 goal that I do have every single day. I speak to these people and do this research so that you guys don't have to, although I always prefer that everybody do their research and don't just listen to what I say. So I appreciate that. But that 100 goal, if we could work on that, I have my green app, blue app, and my PalPay in my bio. It would be wonderful. Scotty, I see that you're in here. I missed you on Friday, and I'm so sorry, my friend. You sent me 5 on the PalPay. I had my notifications off, so I wasn't getting that information. I fixed that. I'm so sorry, you guys. W Scotty for my Friday 5 that he gave me. Thank you. I was like, I'm going to remember to talk about it when you come back.
Those DJ glasses are always the cutest.
I love them so much. Thank you, Ari. Jeez.
Because Ari said, I'm going to do the most difficult one right now. That's always the one everyone forgets about. I forget about that one all the time.
The DJ glasses? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I got hiccups.
Well, if I could find them, we've had this conversation that I can't find gifts to save my life. So, because they don't have them in an order that I can find. So there's
I
always
also
that.
wish that they would tell you what you need gift wise to get, finished and completed.
Right. That would be nice. Well, and the
yeah.
only way I can do it is by clicking on myself from my backup account. That's the only way that I can do it. Right. Yeah. It needs to be 5 from the same person. That's where the hard part is. If you have 2 of the little hearts, it needs to be the same person sending it twice. They make the gift gallery a pain in the butt.
So sugar daddies are wanted. Thank you. No.
God. All right. So I'm not going to open the phone lines up just yet because there's a couple things that I want to play to get them nice and riled up. I'm not going to play the full 2 minutes because the rest of it will get played in a separate video that I'll play for you all. But we're going to start out with what all I can say as a person on the left is we told you so. That's all I can fucking say in regards to voting. All I can say is we told you so. This is Donald Trump on Dan Bongino's show this weekend. You know, Dan Bongino, the former deputy FBI director who's now back to podcasting his conspiracy theories.
These people were brought to our country to vote, and they vote illegally. And amazing that the Republicans aren't tougher on it. The Republicans should say, we want to take over. We should take over the voting in at least 15 places. The Republicans ought to nationalize the voting. And we have states that are so crooked, and they're counting votes. We have states that I won that show I didn't win. Now you're going to see something in Georgia where they were able to get, with a court order, the ballots.
So Republicans should nationalize the voting. They should take over the voting. Even though, per the Constitution, elections are run by the states. I can't say anything but we told you so. Because he knows. He knows. After what happened in Texas. Hi, Whiskey. After what happened in Texas, which we will... Howdy there. We will also talk about... Howdy there. My God, you guys are killing it on the gift gallery. Thank you so much. We will also get to Texas this weekend. Texas District 9 and your state Senate legislation. You guys really killed that. But in regards to the same interview that he did regarding elections, he decided he was going to talk about Tina Peters again, which is here in Colorado. So we're going to listen to my favorite local here in Colorado who does the news, Kyle Clark, talk about his claims, Donald Trump's claims involving Tina Peters.
President Trump today directly linked his retaliation against Colorado to his political ally Tina Peters being in prison here for leading a breach of election system security. And Trump's latest comments about her case call into question whether the president even knows what Peters did to land her in prison and unleash his retribution on Colorado.
She was in charge of a voting area, and she saw boxes of votes come in. So she went over to check it, and they put her in jail for voter manipulation, and she's still in jail. And they better let her out fast. And they're suffering a big price, Colorado. They have this woman in jail who's 71 years old and probably has cancer. She's sick. And they put her in because she challenged somebody that was dumping ballots into a box, okay? And they didn't put them in jail.
What President Trump said there is almost entirely, like word for word, false. Have no idea where he is getting this story about Tina Peters challenging someone dumping ballots into a box. We have covered Peters for 5 years and have never heard anyone claim that. What Peters did is well established. Even her own legal team admits it. They just say that it was justified. Peters snuck a hacker around security protocols using another person's ID so that hacker could make a copy of election systems. She's not in jail for voter manipulation like President Trump said, whatever that means. She's in jail on 4 felonies and 3 misdemeanors for her role in that election systems breach, which did not impact any actual votes. Trump also claims that Peters probably has cancer. She had cancer years ago. Recently, she had a cough, which her lawyer says has improved. All of this to say, it is not clear if President Trump knows what Tina Peters did to land in prison, leading to his campaign of retaliation against Colorado, where he's withheld disaster funding, tried to freeze federal spending here, vetoed a clean drinking water project, relocated a military command, and is closing a major science lab.
Donald Trump doesn't know anything because he's not smart. I don't know why you guys follow this man who has no clue what he's talking about, but he is scared. The Republicans are scared. Why are they scared? Oh, because they are losing elections. Bad. Okay. Let's see. What was this one? Did I play this one? Oh, I did have his polling. All right, we're going to look at polling with Harry Enton. And then Fox also talked about it. Not great. Not great, guys. You should be afraid. You should be scared.
That's exactly right. Texas 9, because what happened in Texas 9, it didn't just swing to the left, it took a rocket ship to the left. My goodness gracious, the Texas 9 Senate.
Again, I apologize. I apologize for how Harry Enton speaks. He speaks like like a old school radio host, like as if you can't physically see him, so you have to be extra dramatic in the way that your voice presents. I'm so sorry about that, but his polling is good. Let's
I love
yes, like
that.
a football announcer, Kayla. Yeah, kind of. And he goes down the line and touchdown, Texas 9.
District election.
Maybe people
This
are
was a
listening
district
in.
that Donald Trump won by.
Maybe people listening in would.
Like radio, you
Yeah.
know? Maybe they're just, and he emphasizes it.
He does. He's just over the top, and I love it
I
about
love
him.
it.
But it's also like, whoa! Like, how
What
much
the
Red Bull
fuck are
did you
you
have this
doing?
morning, sir?
By 17 points in 2024. The Democratic candidate in the special election on Saturday, won it by 14 points. That's an over 30-point shift to the left. Any Republican, unlike Ron DeSantis, who doesn't take this seriously, they should realize that this is very perilous. They ignore this result at their own peril. Ron DeSantis is right to say, hey, special elections can be quirky, but this ain't no quirk.
Congressman Pete Sessions from Texas basically told me, he said, no Democrat should ever win in North Texas like this. Although he also said, there was an ice storm, 31 points. That's not an ice storm.
No, that ain't no ice storm. If you ignore this, you're going to ice yourself out of a majority come the midterm.
All right, when we...
Speaking of, let's talk about that. Let's go to Pete Sessions and his comment of Coke.
Can he, like, come on TikTok, please?
Harry Enton.
Yes.
So this is Pete Sessions and the cope that's happening because of Texas.
Congressman Sessions, Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida, a conservative, no shrinking violet, said special elections are quirky and not necessarily projectable. That said, a swing of this magnitude is not something that can be dismissed. Republicans should be clear-eyed about the political environment heading into the midterms. Why did this happen? What does it tell you?
Well, John, first of all, the success of a rain dance has a lot to do with timing. And what happened is there was a huge snowstorm, ice storm really, that hit North Texas and Central Texas. But let's go back to Governor DeSantis' point. Special elections are...
Obviously, the ice storm didn't keep Democrats from voting. And based off of the information that we're looking at of the voting for the registered voted versus what Remit won, it's looking like it wasn't just that Democrats voted and Republicans didn't. It's that Republicans and independents changed their vote. That they voted for the Democrat. I'm not going to say it's the reddest, I'm not sure, Lenati, but it is a very, very red district. I wish I had the map that I had from last time.
He had a 17-point lead.
Yeah, he won it by plus 17, yeah.
Right.
There was a tweet that I had that had the map from like 2024 for Trump versus what it was for this last week for elections. But I don't know where I put it because it gets buried. Oh my God, bless you.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. It was a man sneeze.
I meant to mute before I did. It was a man sneeze. I do man sneezes and Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Real quick, guys, 166 people in here. We should be well on our way to 10,000 likes, but I do have to give you guys the biggest commendations. Thank you, Trademark. Thank you, Scotty. Thank you, Chicky. Thank you, Adi. Thank you, Rhett. Thank you, Olive, of course. Thank you guys. You kicked out my gift gallery's done for the week. I don't have to worry about that. We'll have my normal little gifts in the corner to help push us onto the algorithm, but you guys knocked that out. So W's to you. Give yourselves applause for that. Okay, I'm going to turn the phone lines on, but I do always have other things that we can get into.
That was one of the most daddest of dad sneezes ever. I apologize, guys. I used to do all the cutesy little sneezes, and then I kind of broke that habit. And then now I'm just like, fuck it, I give two fucks.
See, but my brother sneezes like that, and then he does it like 5 more times. He's one of those kind of sneezers where he has to sneeze like multiple times in a row to be able to get it out.
Danny does the same thing, and I'm like, 1, 2, there's one more. Okay.
All right, we can talk about Todd Blanche admitting that he's working for Donald Trump in his capacity under the DOJ, even though that's not what his fucking job is. Phantasm. Would you like this? Insight. That erection. There you go. In Ebenezer, if you will. Yeah, so, see, every single time that I try to do it, they get mad and they're like, hey, thank you for calling the stream. Age, state, who'd you vote for?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Age, state, and who did you vote for?
All right. I'm 19. I'm from Georgia, and I voted for Donald Trump.
Cool. Why are you still supporting Trump?
For the economy, mainly.
What about it?
I love inflation. I love things getting worse.
Cool.
And I love being a degenerate, disgusting human being.
Oh. Cool. I mean, I'm glad you can admit it.
I love bootlicking, if you're aware of that. I love to lick boots.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a fat sack of shit and a terrible human being. That's why I vote for Trump.
Maybe you should work on that in therapy, babes. I appreciate it. I don't know which one of you that was, but it was.
So people are saying 19.
It's a rough 19.
What I have learned from people who live in the South, and I could be mistaken, and if I'm wrong, everyone could put #blame Olive all over the tubes and the witch, because I know you guys hate me over there. Not the witch, the tubes. Yeah, but I've learned that young Southern men have the low talking all the time.
guys, I am multi-streaming on the Purple Witch app and the tubes, which I did get. Thank you, Ethan, for the $4.99 super chat. The sooner you realize neither side cares about you, the easier it is to live life. The Uniparty serves the same donors. Listen, I am a leftist, so I believe in fighting from the top down, but I also believe in progressive ideals that are harm reductionist, right? I would like to mitigate as much harm as possible. And unfortunately, right now, the apathy from the Democratic Party is going to be better than the intentional harm from the Republican Party. And so that is where we are. Until we can get ranked choice voting on a national scale, until we can get a grassroots movement from the bottom up for third-party candidates that are willing to do more for the people itself, or the proletariat, then we're stuck in the party that we have. And I agree with people who say we cannot vote our way out of liberation, but what I will say is it is a tool, and so it is a tool I'm going to use. Massey and Rose voted no. Rose? Rand?
Rose.
Do you mean Rose? Congressman?
Every.
No. Massey and... Do you mean Rand Paul voted no on the spending bill? I'm not surprised
The
by
one
that.
they're trying to figure out if they're going to keep the government open or not.
Yeah, the one that they passed it in the Senate with obviously corrections because they changed it. It now has to go back down to the House. So we are currently in what is called like a partial shutdown because they
Right.
did agree for the most part with some of the things, but in the House. But who's Rose? Lynette, that's what I'm confused of. But guys, yeah, as I was saying, I am multi-streaming. So on the, if you guys could go over there and do either the subscribe or the follow, whichever one's the free one, that's great. But I am also able to do subscribers on Twitch now. And there's super chats and gifts and there's bits and things that you guys can do over there. So John W. Rose from Tennessee. Oh. Yeah, no, Rand Paul's in the Senate.
That's that was my old rep. That he was District 6, I think. Hang on.
I have a text message. He didn't call, just a text. You're brainwashed, kid. I hope you wake up. You have your whole life ahead of you and you're off to an upside down start, kiddo. I'm 35. I'm damn sure not a kiddo, and I get more and more left the more that days go by.
So John Rose used to be my rep. You know what I used to do to John Rose?
Bug the fuck out of him. Okay, where's this?
I used to be like, hey, asshole.
We're going to try this
What?
again with Todd Blanche here, admitting that the DOJ works for Trump, not for the American people. Guys, keep booping that screen. We are almost to 10,000 likes, and then we should work our way to 15.
America safe again. We're working hard every day, and those handful of investigations or cases you just show don't change that.
Those indictments of James Comey and Letitia James came after the president explicitly said they're guilty as hell and justice must be served. Right now, they came after career attorneys refused to bring the indictments, and both cases have been dismissed.
I mean, I don't know what it means to say to come after people. I mean, listen, if
The fucking pause was insane. I'm sorry.
you're a prosecutor in the Department of Justice, you are expected to effectuate this administration's priorities.
What?
Huh?
Let's listen to that again.
I don't know what it means to say to come after people. I mean, listen, if you're a prosecutor in the Department of Justice, you are expected to effectuate this administration's priorities. Like every single prosecutor in every administration, there are some...
No, your job is just to do your job regardless of who is in office, actually. Your job is to go after child sex traffickers, regular sex traffickers, drug traffickers. Your job is to do your job regardless of who the fucking president is. Because the president right now is having you go after his political enemies. That's not what you're supposed to do. That's not your job. You're supposed to be an independent agency, like Ari said. That's insane. In way of more insane shit, we're going to talk about, RTP likes to call him Teddy Bear Mullins or whatever the fuck. He's an idiot. He's suggesting we take away TSA. God, I can't wait to hear this out of his mouth.
What?
Take away TSA from sanctuary cities from their airports and to remove their classification as international airports. So we're going to...
For all of that.
Yeah, I would love to stay all focused on Trump's economy, but the Democrats continue to force us to make this an issue. The truth is, I agree with what Lindsay is saying on defunding these sanctuary cities. We should pull out our...
Oh, hold on. No, you called already. No, thank you.
TSA agents out of these sanctuary cities. We should pull out our TSA agents out of their airports and not allow their airport to be classified as international or even a regional hub. We should pull out all of our aid that we have for the law enforcement, because there's a tremendous federal aid that goes into law enforcement from the federal to the county to the city level. We should completely pull out all funding towards that. And Lindsey Graham's leading that effort. We're happily supporting it, because if they're not going to enforce federal law, like Mayor Fry said in Minneapolis, then they shouldn't receive one single taxpayer dollar from the federal government going back into them.
For all of that.
How does that work? How do you pull TSA agents out? Like, okay, DIA is like the third or fourth busiest airport in the nation. Okay, that's the one that you all like to say is in Kansas. It's still technically Denver, so fuck off. But it
yeah, Peabody.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
And he knows I'm talking about. So it's the third or fourth, somewhere around there, top 5. It's in Kansas. The top 5 busiest airports in the nation. How are you going to pull TSA from DIA, and how are you going to declassify it as an international hub? How are you going to do that? You're just going to stop flights from landing in DIA from other countries? How do you do that? Just curious. Mark Wayne, Teddy Wayne, Mullins. How are you going to do that? It's like, it's wild. The amount of quid pro quo, the amount of corruption and extortion because your policies are not popular. That's just it. They're just not popular. Speaking of not popular, I'll bring this up again. How did the left get 2A in the divorce? How did that happen?
I'm still flabbergasted about that whole thing.
Well, we'll get to Jeanine Pirro on that. Real quick, I will open up the phone lines in case they want to call while I set that up, and then we can do Pirro and 2A after if they would like. Because I guarantee you as soon as I start playing it, they're going to fucking call.
More than likely, that's what they do.
As we're sitting here, guys, I would appreciate it if you would boop that screen, share the live out if you have not already. And my goal hasn't been touched at all. There's 124 people in here. Let's get a dollar train going. We could get that down. That would be wonderful.
Choo-choo.
All right, well, we'll try to do Pirro. I guarantee they'll call as soon as I start playing it.
You bring a gun into the district, you mark my words, you're going to jail. I don't care if you have a license in another district, and I don't care if you're a law-abiding gun owner somewhere else. You bring a gun into this district, count on going to jail, and hope you get the gun back. And that makes all the difference.
Oh. Interesting. Thank you for calling the stream. Age, state, who'd you vote for?
I didn't vote, but is this you're saying why do people still support Trump?
Yeah, but you didn't vote, right?
No, but
Do you plan to vote in your midterms?
Well, I feel like most of the systems are rigged anyway, so I kind of stay away from the voting thing.
Oh, then you can't have an opinion on politics. W. Wilbur on the Tubes chat for the $1.99 choo-choo train. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I've got, thank you, Life Lessons for the Floating Hearts. Thank you. You guys are awesome over there on the Tubes today. I appreciate you. Yeah, no, you don't have a voice because you didn't vote and you don't plan to vote. If you planned to vote, I would talk to you. But you don't even plan to vote. So what do I have to say to you? But again, so Pirro is saying that within the District of Columbia in Washington, D.C., you're not going to be allowed to have weapons at all now. Super 2A of them. Thank you for calling the stream. Age, state, who'd you vote for?
Hello, how you doing?
Hi, could you turn the stream down on the background?
Yeah, I cut it off. I'm sorry.
You're fine. Can I get your age, state, and who you voted for?
I'm 38. I'm in Michigan, and I voted for Kamala.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. Do you plan to vote in your midterms?
Yes, absolutely. I'm planning on getting as many people as I can to vote for the midterms.
Good job.
Ask him
That's
if-
exactly
ask
what
him-
you need to do.
Ask him if he's in
Yeah,
35.
after witnessing Trump's little escapade the other day when they ran in Georgia
state district, Olive?
voting area
That's
and took all
tomorrow.
those ballots, I said, yeah, it's going
That's
to be
a
a
state
problem
no,
district,
with the-
today.
with the
not federal
midterms.
district.
So everybody
Yes,
needs
it
to
is
get
a
out
state
there.
district.
They just
It's
trying to
today,
scare
not
people.
tomorrow.
Do you know what your state district is? Are you in state district 35 by chance?
No, I don't know what state district I'm in, but I'm about to tell you. Hold on. It don't take nothing but a second to look it up.
Nope, you're
Why?
fine.
What's 45? What is 45?
35.
You tell me.
There is an election tomorrow. Did Manny send me that? Probably.
If he didn't, I can send it to
Hold on,
you.
let me see.
Because I know
Get
it's
you
in
off
Steve's.
screen. Hold on.
Yeah, no, I've got it.
If he just gotcha.
State Senate district primary in District 35.
District 35.
I don't think so.
So if you
It's
end
like-
up finding anybody who is in district, again, this is your state district, not your congressional
Yeah.
district, but state district 35, there is a primary today. So to make sure people get out and vote for
Okay.
that primary.
No, that's not me.
Sure.
I'm not in that area. Okay, that's Saginaw County. Yeah, that's up 75. That's straight up 75.
Yep.
No, I'm closer to Ohio.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm actually down here where I live. Is there were quite a bit of Republicans down here. I don't know.
Yeah, it
after
depends
everything
on
that
the
happened, I don't know how
area.
many people down here.
Yeah.
You heard it a lot after the election. Everybody was bragging about how happy they was Trump was president, and then when all this BS started, everybody kind of bagged off of it. So you don't really see it as much. It was rebel flags down here and everything.
Yeah, they've seemed to take them down. They're a little bit more ashamed, so hopefully that translates to elections. But I appreciate you, and you sound like an informed voter, and so I'm looking forward to seeing what Michigan does this year.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Who did you vote for?
I voted for
I just
Kamala
talked to you on
Harris.
YouTube.
Uh-huh.
I'm 100% honest. I'm Life Lessons. I'm the person who gave you the hearts before.
Oh, thank you.
You said you're how old?
I'm 35. I voted for Kamala Harris in the state of Colorado.
Okay. Y'all don't have a vote coming up. Or
We do. Well, I do. In Colorado District 8, I have Gabe Evans, who is a Republican currently, who has not held any town halls for the people here in his district. So we are planning to support and bring up Manny Rutinel to take over his seat because Gabe Evans only won his seat by 2,499 votes, so less than 2,500 votes. So this year in November, we plan to vote for Manny Rutinel. His primary is coming up in June.
Well, I hope he win.
I hope so too.
I will leave you with this. I'll let you go with this. That whole going to the Georgia to take those ballots scared the S out of me. That scared the shit out of me for real. That was something I've never seen before. Like that's way back to Watergate.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think
That's-
they're not looking for evidence because we know the evidence doesn't exist. They're looking
No,
to
they trying to
claim
scare
there
people.
is something to fuck with it. Yeah.
Yeah, they trying to scare people. They trying to make it where Trump can say in a couple years where, oh my God, we don't need an election, or the country's doing so bad, or this is going on, it's so great, we don't need an election, whatever. He just sent the thing, but I think he messed with people. He trolled a lot too to try to keep you looking over here while you're doing some shit over here. So, but thank you. I will make sure I vote. I hope you do. You have a great time.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Sorry, guys. I realized I was like, what is on in the background? I have C-SPAN, the House of Representatives, on in the background. I thought I had them muted, but they were just down really low. I apologize for that. Yeah, what he's trying to do is, it's not that he's going to find evidence. We know over 60 litigated court cases that were dismissed without standing because he lost that election. We all know this. He's just going to claim to have found something so that he can say, look, our elections are not safe. They're not secure. So he can fuck with at least the midterms, at most 2028. Thank you for calling the stream. Age, state, who'd you vote for?
Hello.
Hi, age, state, who'd you vote for?
Pardon?
Age, state, and who did you vote for?
25, Florida, and I voted for Kamala Harris.
Oh, well, I appreciate you. Do you plan to vote in your midterms?
I do.
Oh, awesome. You know who your congressional candidate is and if they're up this year?
I do not, but there's a lot of minor issues going on with the Florida Wildlife Commission.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, you have a lot of Republicans on your guys' side in regards to preserving your wildlife. It's actually pretty surprising.
It's not a good thing because everything's being outsourced to basically real estate, and they're trying to deny it.
No, I'd agree with you. Yeah, so I have in my bio, I do have the links to where you can like type in your zip code and it'll find your congressional district. It'll also find any other, let's say, ballot measures or things that are going on this year for your state and your area. So I would just advise you to do that. It's a pretty quick and easy search, and I hope you have a good day and good luck fighting as a blue dot in Florida.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Just found the stream, wanted to call in, give some support.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. W Trademark for the Tutu Train. Thank you for the $2. Appreciate you for entertaining me at work every day. I'm glad I can be there to entertain you. That is a good thing for me to know, that while people are working, they are wanting to listen to me. So thank you. Yeah.
Why are you staring at me like that?
Oh my gosh, I almost made my backup account leave the live. That would not be good. We don't want to do that.
No, you have eye boogies in your eyes. What are you doing? You got eye boogies.
Okay, there's that. I'll bring that.
You want to say hello to the good people? If someone sends Monica 15, I will show whiskey.
All right. Get into some Epstein stuff real quick. I'm not getting into files. I'm just getting into reactions, right? I think that anything in regards to what is in the files needs to be investigated. My problem is I just don't trust. We're getting to a point where you can't trust them to investigate anything that's in them. It's very similar to the things that Trump is doing. These are all like impeachable. Like even the suggesting that you nationalize voting is an impeachable offense. The problem is that Congress isn't going to do anything about it because they're a bunch of Republican simps. So they cuck and glaze him and they're not going to do anything. But Todd Blanche decided he was going to go on and try to make it better because Trump is mentioned in the files so much. This is not the flex explanation he thinks it is.
Well, as some of the people we saw on camera at the rallies, is there any chance that any of these individuals who partied with Epstein and engaged in, relations with minors will be prosecuted? Any chance?
I'll never say no, and we will always investigate any evidence of misconduct. But as you know, it is not a crime to party with Mr. Epstein, and so
that's the excuse we're using. It's not a crime to party with Mr. Epstein. That's not the flex you think it is, my guy. It's not. You're right. It's not a crime to party with him, but it might be a problem if you partied with him and spoke to him after 2008, when he was already convicted of transporting a minor for the purpose of prostitution, and still communicating with him. That might be... Casey, it's 38. I said 35. I was behind on it. I said 35,000 times. And then Trump, in his wisdom, is telling us to move on. Guys, move on.
That have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. And in fact, if you look at the DOJ, they announced, they released 3 million pages. It's like this is all they're supposed to be doing. And frankly, the DOJ, I think, should just say, we have other things to do, because that whole thing has turned out, other than Bill Clinton and, Bill Gates and lots of people there are a lot of questions about it, but nothing on me.
Nothing on me. Over 38,000 times his name is mentioned, but nothing on me, guys. I have seen Lutnick's lies, Peabody. Howard Lutnick claimed that he never went to the island. There are documents that say otherwise.
But it was even sort of better than that, because they found that Jeffrey Epstein and this sleazebag writer named Michael Wolff were conspiring against Donald Trump to lose.
Granted, I will critique Michael Wolff. Their emails, Michael Wolff and Jeffrey Epstein's emails are weird. The fact that Michael Wolff's not a good person. The fact that you would message an email with Jeffrey Epstein to talk about the best way to use the information that Epstein had on all these people who came to his island, came to his home in New York and in Florida and had these parties and did these things. The fact that you would want to conspire to hold on to this information for extortion and to build up your platform is gross. It's fucking gross. But two things can be true at the same time. Michael Wolff can be a disgusting person, and Donald Trump can also be implicated in the files. Thank you for calling the stream. Age, state, who'd you vote for?
I'm sorry, say it one more time.
Age, state, who did you vote for?
Trump.
Age and state?
25, North Carolina.
Okay. Why are you still supporting Trump?
So I support Trump. I'm not gonna be one of those people who agrees with everything he does. I think that is definitely, I think if you're one of those people, I think you're brainwashed, you're brain dead.
Sure.
I'm speaking purely from a military industrial standpoint, because I do serve active in the United States military. So I'm not going to pretend to be one of those people that speaks on something they don't know anything about. So I am only wanting to speak on Trump's, sorry, I'm a little nervous.
You're okay. Are you trying to say like what he's done for the military?
Yeah, what he's done for me and my family, and just kind of what he's done overall in the military.
What has he done for the military that's been a benefit?
The amount of funding. So I served, I was active duty under Biden, and I am now active duty during Trump. I was active duty for Trump's last year in office in 2019.
2020.
And yeah, 2020, I apologize.
You're fine.
And I served fully through Biden and now into Trump.
Yeah. What funding has he passed for you?
No, the amount of money he's put into the military industrial complex. I think Biden cut it. I think it was like 1.2 trillion.
No, Biden.
If I'm not mistaken.
No administration, regardless of whether it is Democratic or Republican, has cut funding for the military. Every administration has
But there
added
has been
funding.
a boost. There has been a boost in funding. Yes.
From every administration. So Trump added money to the military, Biden increased that even more, and then Trump has come in and increased it even more. And also the administrations themselves don't increase the budget, the Congress does. And every Congress has increased funding for the DoD.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even just the funding part. It's the amount of the things that we're allowed to do on the spectrum of operating as a country. So back when Biden was in office, there were a lot of things we weren't allowed to do, whether it was forward deployed overseas. On my first deployment in 21, our spectrum of operating in the China, I think it's Indo-Pacific region, we weren't allowed to do very many things on my first deployment.
Based on what?
Just the amount of things that we're allowed to operate on. So like it goes from
But show me
Sorry,
what
I'm trying to think.
President.
Like I said,
Sure,
I'm
but
really
show.
nervous.
No, you're fine, and I'm trying to walk through this because I don't know as much about the military, and that's fine. But again, what did Joe Biden specifically do that limited you? That he would have to have passed an EO of some sort when this could just be internal within the DoD. They have a lot of leeway to get and do what they want. They set their own rules.
No, I agree, but a lot of it comes down from the president. So, like, the president is working firmly with, at least in my area of, the Marine Corps. We get things passed down from the commandant. And the commandant is working with the Department of War, the Department of the Navy. So, I mean, it's
Department of
also the people who you bring into those positions of office.
It's the
So, like,
Department of
certain
Defense.
people do what?
It's the Department of Defense still until Congress chooses to change it, and they have not. It is still the Department of Defense.
Is he a Marine?
Yeah, he said he's a Marine.
Okay.
I
understand that. I understand that the letters that you get, things that you get, will say Department of War, but by the Constitution, per the Constitution, the Congress has not changed its name. It is still the Department of Defense. And again, I agree. Your superiors are getting their policy from somewhere, but that would be, again, at the highest level from the Joint Chiefs of Staff. And again, you would have to show me where Biden has put forth any kind of policy that didn't allow you to do things that you vaguely described.
Well, a lot of those things aren't going to be public knowledge. Like that's the reality of the situation. Is there are a lot of things that we do, and that just aren't published
Do
and
you
aren't
have
readily
a
available.
Do you have a
to-
security clearance?
Yes.
Oh, what I would advise you, even if you were a Trump supporter, I would advise you not to speak on it at all from a military standpoint. You do not want to lose your job in the military by speaking for an administration or against an administration in any official capacity, is what I would advise you.
No, and I agree. I'm not. I hate Biden. I don't hate Trump. It's just who I chose to vote for.
Sure, but like I am trying to understand what you wanted to do that you weren't allowed to do, because I could go all the way and say like war crimes. So like what did you want to do that you couldn't do?
So it's
Sounds like
it's
it's
operating in areas that. Yeah. No, I'm just trying to.
Like what did the Biden administration keep you from doing in the Marine Corps under your deployment?
The man was too stunned to speak.
No, I mean, like I said, you are right. I'm trying not to share things that I'm definitely not supposed to be sharing.
Sure.
But it was definitely like going into certain areas, like in China and certain areas where we weren't allowed to do certain things that, we
Like
needed
what?
to do, if that makes sense.
Like what?
Well, that's one of the things. Like I'm not going to talk about.
Right,
those
sounds like
kinds of
war
things, if that makes
crimes
sense.
to me. Sounds like things that you still are not able to do. I have a friend who is in the army asking, where in China were you deployed?
We were like 60 miles offshore of China, near Taiwan.
Like you have a code of military justice that has not changed under the Trump administration. Just because Pete Hegseth is turning a blind eye, it doesn't mean that you can go in and commit war crimes.
Well, they're not war crimes. Do you think
Are they
what
not?
happened in Venezuela is a war crime?
Which part of what happened in Venezuela?
Like kidnapping, well, not kidnapping Maduro, but like, I mean, essentially that's kind of what
Give
happened.
me
is
answer, Rick.
taking Maduro. And
No,
charging
because
him
we
for all the
we don't
crimes.
have. No, I wouldn't classify it as a war crime because it's not a declared war, but it could be a crime. There are different classifications of crimes. No, under our law is very pretty broad, actually, when it comes to apparently kidnapping other people's leaders, which I think is a little bit ridiculous. But I don't personally agree with it. I think it opens up a door for other countries to be able to say that our president, regardless of who it is a danger and come in and take them. I think that's wild to try and justify. But no, if you're talking about the boat strikes, there's no legal justification for them. And I would call those crimes against humanity because we, again, are not in a declared war. There's no Marine bases in China, so were you joint?
He might be on a Mew. The man was too stunned to speak.
He's still here, guys. I'm gonna hang up, though. Sounds like you want to commit war crimes.
It also sounds like you're complaining about your commander telling you what you can and can't do.
Which, don't know if you know, you signed up to not be an individual because you signed up for the
Correct.
military. So sorry to tell you that. Yeah, Ari, I didn't get to that. I don't know if he even knows who his governor currently is. I don't know if he knows that he has 10 fingers and 10 toes. I'm not sure if he can count that high. He was in the Marines, after all.
I was going to say that too, Chicky. Because even if he was a part of a Mew, they don't really go to China. Or Taiwan,
off the
for that
coast
matter.
of China near Taiwan. Hi, Chicky.
I think he was actively Googling. It's like, shit, hold on, what do I say about it? Because I'm like, wait.
Well, and
we
he
don't
said I was deployed over there in what I think is the Indo-Pacific. Like, you don't know where you were deployed?
Ryan, wait, Indo-Pacific.
That's what he said.
You sure did.
Which is not China.
Nope.
I'm here crashing out like, no, you're not. Wait, he's the crayon muncher. Hold on, maybe he needs a little help.
A little. Chicky.
And then
a
I was
lot.
like, nah. No, he doesn't speak like a military. He doesn't even speak like Marine.
I was going to say, I'm like,
maps are hard.
Like, I don't. What? You're saying we couldn't do things that we wanted to do.
that sounds like war crimes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You saw my message in the chat with invade a country.
Right, like my flashback as somebody who watches a lot of documentaries was like Miley in Vietnam. Like you
Damn.
wanted to go in and unalive civilians and light their houses on fire. Like what could you not do that you wanted to do?
It just sounds like he was upset because his commanding officer said you probably shouldn't be doing this. He's like, but I wanna.
I was promised that I could come in and unalive
people.
He said that Biden took away $1 trillion. What?
Will Russ over on the Tubes chat said this is why there's no husbands in the call. My husband's at work, like the good boy
Same.
that he is. So that he can fund me sitting here and having you get mad and hate watch me.
I keep my partner in my night drawer.
There you go. Blue, are you feeding him?
Are you feeding
Jesus
him?
Christ. Not on Black History Month.
Yeah. Kayla's canceled. Chickie's canceled.
Manny's at work, and I'm currently trying to figure out what to order so we can get some coffee creamer. Because
Why are you not working for him? For him.
me, I can't do what the fuck he does. That's crazy. This man's trying to get a promotion, and you want to throw me into the mix? That's crazy.
I've seen what his computer looks like just for our research. I don't want to.
Olive, you probably will look at the stuff that he does and goes beep boop.
Actually, I've helped him a few times with things like I'm a sponge. I like to figure out what he does. I know what he does. I kind of understand what he does. If he asked me to do it, I'd be like, no.
I don't know what he does.
I'm gonna just sit here and I'm gonna do what I do and you do what you do and I see when you come home.
Ooh, I gotta
I
save
thought
that for later.
I thought the Cybertruck was at the house. Ooh.
Teaser trailer for the other half of Bridgerton is out. The bathtub scene. Anyway, focus. I'm working. I'm working.
you can drop me. But did you guys see the trailer for Devil Wears Prada 2?
Yeah, I did. So
I
excited.
know. Anyways, you can drop me.
Okay, hold on. I gotta do my puzzle piece first. Okay, bye.
I gotta do my puzzle piece.
It showed up on the screen.
You're good.
All right. Let's see. I didn't have much. Oh, is he repeating this one? All right. So Mike Johnson's going to repeat that you don't need judicial warrants. This is something they're going to just keep saying now. It's not true, but they're going to keep saying it.
When ICE goes to execute a warrant, it's an administrative warrant, and it's issued by an immigration judge, and that is a sufficient...
No, it's not. An administrative warrant is not issued by an immigration judge. That would be a judicial warrant. Where is the proof of that? Now, I wish I could bring up the fucking training that ICE had in regards to the difference between an administrative warrant and a judicial warrant and how they are used in the capacity of DHS. But DHS removed it from their website. And no, I have not seen it on the Wayback Machine. I think it was Pup. Thank you so much for showing me how I can upload my own if I come across a government website that I think they might try to remove. I can get that information and save it and put it myself on the Wayback Machine. But yeah, an administrative warrant is issued internally. It is signed by an agent, an ICE agent. So it is self-executing. If you're an ICE agent, you're sitting here with your administrative warrant and you sign it. You're just self-actuating. That is like having the fucking internal review that we have within the police department. That's silly. But anyway, so he lied about that. They're not signed by immigration judges. I can find administrative warrant, like what they look like, in a minute too. But people in the tubes are complaining I'm not playing the entire clip, so here's the entire clip, I guess.
Oh, God.
Legal authority to go and apprehend someone. They have violated the law. They crossed over our border illegally, and they're here and without any right to be here. Okay, that's what's happening now. The controversy has erupted where if someone is, they're going to be apprehended and they run behind a closed door and lock the door. I mean, what is ICE supposed to do? What is Immigration Customs Enforcement supposed to do with that?
According to the law, Mike Johnson, they're supposed to go get a judicial warrant for that home. Otherwise, it violates the Fourth Amendment, which is illegal search and seizure, unlawful search and seizure. That's what they do. If you go into your home, an administrative warrant is not enough. Again, this was per DHS's own training on an administrative warrant versus a judicial warrant. You don't get to go in there, even if you know they're in there. You have to wait for them to come out.
At that point, oh, gee whiz, they locked the door. I mean, I guess we'll just go on to our. I mean,
yes, gee whiz, fuck off.
So there's some logic and reason that is to be applied here. Some have complained that the force has been excessive or what have you. I don't know. We're going to figure that out. It's part of the discussion over the next couple of weeks. I tell you what the Democrats want to do and what we cannot do, and that is they want to add an entirely new layer of warrant requirement. Okay, they want to have a judicial warrant on top of the immigration judge warrant.
It's not signed by an immigration judge. Again, he is lying. And that has always been the law, is to enter into private residences, you have to have a judicial warrant. The 2 seconds left to make sure I played the entire clip for Tubes.
And we can't do that.
We can't do that. We can't abide by the law. What? Something's wrong with that man. All right, let's see. If I can find what they look like. Okay. Thank you, ACLU. Immigration enforcement, administrative versus judicial warrants. If ICE knocks on your front door, don't open it. Ask to see a warrant. Agents may show you a judicial warrant issued by a court, or they might have an administrative warrant from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. There's a difference between the two. To enter and search your house or non-public areas of a business, like a restaurant kitchen, ICE needs a valid judicial warrant issued by a court and signed by a judge like the one below. I will show you those in a moment. Here's what to look for. At the top, it says Superior Court of California or U.S. District Court. Make sure the address is correct and the person named on the warrant lives at the home. Check the date and signature. So this would be a judicial warrant, search and seizure warrant, okay? This would be one from a judge. And it would be signed by a judge. Judge's signature. Let's see. An administrative arrest warrant or a warrant of removal, seen below, I'll show you in a moment, says U.S. Department of Homeland Security, an administrative warrant does not grant ICE permission to enter or search your house. If ICE agents show you an administrative warrant, you don't have to let them in. If they force their way in, say you don't consent, but don't try to stop them. And don't answer any questions. Remember, in any encounter with ICE or federal immigration officers, you always have the right to remain silent. This is what an administrative warrant will look like, okay? U.S. Department of Homeland Security warrant for arrest of alien. They give the cause, right? Determine there is probable cause to believe that name. Signed, remember, Mike Johnson said immigration judge. Signature of authorized immigration officer. There's no judge signature on here. Immigration officers sign administrative warrants, not judges. That's why we would like the difference of you to have a judicial warrant, because you were required to. What if the judge uses auto pen is diabolical, Eli? I can't.
What? I thought a Trumper said that.
They are just trying to skirt the law, their own law. If you don't like the law, again, you can change it. But that is the law per the Constitution for search and seizure. You need to have a judge sign these things. Judges are not signing these warrants. And you know how I know that? Because they're getting thrown out in court. We have seen, I don't know if Rob is in the chat today, but Rob, who is, I'm pretty sure, in law, and he is in our Discord now. It's such a wonderful addition to our Discord. I've really, really appreciated having you in there, Rob, if you're in here.
Rob's great.
I will put in articles, but I hate that they don't hyperlink the orders. I follow Kyle Cheney on Twitter to get a lot of court listener documents and things like that, but I would much prefer to have orders. And Rob spoke about the fact that we are seeing more habeas petitions than we've really ever seen in our history of law in this country. And I know, as somebody who has been interested in law and order things, I watch a lot of Dateline, right? All that kind of stuff. The only time I would hear about habeas petitions was in regards to a last chance appeal on your death penalty case in states like Texas and Alabama and things like that in regards to death penalty cases. It's the only time I heard habeas used. And it is being used now so often because it is being violated. Their due process is being violated. And Mike Johnson is coming out and trying to lie to you. He is lying to you about what administrative warrants, who signs them, and what they are allowed to do. What I ask Republicans and what I ask Trump-supporting MAGA is, why do you let these people lie to you? You are so filled with hate about brown people that don't affect you that you're willing to just let them lie to you and break the Constitution. That's fine. That's fine for you. The law also says don't be a tyrannical government and do your job. Where in the Constitution is the word tyrannical?
Spell it first.
I'm going to tell you, you can control F the entire Constitution. I can hear myself. That's why I stutter. Constitution, tyrannical is not in there. Sounds good to me. See? You guys are fine with wiping your ass with the Constitution, the founding documents of our nation, and you just don't care. Calling on your work phone's a choice. Thank you for calling the stream. Age, state, who'd you vote for?
Say that again?
Age, state, who'd you vote for?
Oh, Trump.
Your age and the state.
32, state Wisconsin.
All right. Why are you still supporting Trump?
It's really simple. No matter how fucked up Trump has everything right now, Democrats had it way more messed up the last 4 or 5 years.
Oh, so you're going against something, not supporting something.
Of course, that's what everybody does.
No, it's not.
You have to
I
choose
vote. I
between
vote for things
the
that I
best of two
want.
evils.
I vote for things that I want to see. What was so bad about the Democratic platform?
The biggest thing was inflation. He
Oh, what
ran
was
it up on all of us.
what was inflation when Donald Trump entered office?
What was the inflation rate when he entered office?
Yeah.
I don't remember, but I know inflation was super low when Donald Trump was in charge.
It was 3% when he entered office. Do you know what it is now?
You tell me. I have no idea.
2.7. It doesn't seem like he's done that much with it.
So then tell me why everything is like 50% more expensive after Trump left office than when it was when he took office again back in in the last election.
Sure. In his first term, things were not as expensive because we were not currently in the middle of a pandemic. When we got into that pandemic, he had the presidency while the shutdowns happened in the states, right? When we declared a national emergency in the states in 2020, in March of 2020, and the economy shut down. When it started to reopen in 2021 and 2022 specifically, it was a slow rollout, and we had issue with supply chains within our nation. On top of supply chain issues, we also had price gouging from the corporations. We saw that with companies like Kroger, who admitted that they were charging prices above the actual inflationary rate. And so, yeah, our inflation was really fucking high because we were coming back from a pandemic, and yet we still came back faster than the other G7 countries.
So hold on a second.
Sure.
So when Biden was in office,
Uh-huh.
2 years into his presidency, we had not only inflation rising up like crazy, we had companies taking advantage of us.
Correct.
Under President Biden. Why didn't President Biden do anything about it?
He did.
What did he do? Because inflation still kept going up.
It started going down actually after 2022 specifically. After June of 2022, we hit our peak in 9%, and then it started going down, which again led us to 3% inflation by the time that he left office and Donald Trump took over in his second term. He did pass things like the Inflation Reduction Act, although there is argumentation by economists about how much that did affect the inflation rate in and of itself. It's just because it had the word in it. But you had things like the American Rescue Plan, the infrastructure bill, things like that that were bipartisanly passed in Congress that did help build our economy back up and bring inflation down. Now, have prices gone down? No, we have an issue with that with corporations in this country.
I know prices went down for me after Trump got into office.
They did not. Where?
My gas prices. Are you kidding me?
Sure.
Gas
What
prices
it,
dropped
yes, gas has
tremendously.
no. So gas has gone down. I'm talking about specifically corporations in way of grocery stores. Donald Trump really didn't have an effectuation on the gas rate. That would have been OPEC and the people in charge of that.
So you say he doesn't have an effect on gas prices, and
No.
that doesn't explain why gas prices dropped tremendously when he got into office. It just seems mightily convenient that as soon as he gets into office, gas prices just drop tremendously.
You mean immediately in January 20th? That would be silly.
I said when he got into office. When did he get into office?
January 20th of 2025.
Okay, so why is it the gas prices dropped like crazy after he got into office if it has nothing to do with him?
What I'm saying is that they didn't necessarily drop immediately when he got into office.
Okay, but we're looking at, I think I just paid $2.48 for gas the other day.
Cool.
It was literally over $3 and some cents
When?
a year ago.
A year ago?
Over a year ago.
Over a year ago. So when? Because it was
Back in 2020, back in
oh, look,
2024.
$3.19 in January of 2025 when Donald Trump took over the presidency. I hate when it does that. $3.24 in February of 2025. $3.22 in March. So it didn't go down immediately when he took office.
That's semantics. You know what I'm talking
That's
about.
not semantics,
I'm paying
that's the facts.
$2.48.
Cool.
The fact is, I paid
gas,
$2.48
I want you to
for
know
gas
that
yesterday.
gas prices change like every hour on the hour, and it depends on where you are. It depends on
I
how
agree
busy.
with you, but
Okay,
that
cool.
didn't happen under Biden. In fact, gas prices kept going up, and
Oh,
up,
did they?
and up, and up, and up,
Interesting.
and up.
Oh, interesting. That is interesting. So the highest we got under Biden, again, was June of 2022 at $5 a gallon. Then $4.66, $4, $3.80, $3.90, $3.70, $3.30, $3.40, $3.50, $3.50, $3.70, $3.60. It fluctuated all the way up
And then
until
$2.48
the
yesterday. Again,
It's not. It's
I'm
$2.93
saying
nationally.
gas prices
It's
dropped
two.
tremendously after Trump came into office.
Tremendously is not true. You go from
Well,
$3.19.
what do you consider a
You go
tremendous
from.
drop then?
What do you consider a tremendous drop? Because if December, let's
Anything that
count
sizably
December.
affects my
Let's
pocketbook,
count
that's I consider
December.
a
Let's
tremendous
count
drop.
December of 2024 as the last of Biden, because although Biden was also in January, it's really hard to tell. But let's do 313 in December under Biden, and then subtract 293, which is the average right now. It dropped 20 cents, which I'm not going to say doesn't affect your pocket. Yes, but what I would
What are you
ask
talking
you,
about?
I would
I'm telling you
ask
my
you.
real world life
I don't care
experience.
about your
I don't.
will. You could be lying, so I
Okay, so
really don't
then
give a
what's the
fuck. I really
point?
don't care.
You're giving me your
Because I
real
want
life
you
world
to
experience. I'm giving
show
you my
me.
real
No,
world
I want
life
you to
experience.
show me with policy what Donald
People
Trump
vote
did
on
to
their real
effectuate.
world life experiences.
Yes,
How can you
they're
expect it to
stupid.
be
I'm aware that
about
people are
numbers?
stupid because they lie about the
Are you
things that are
calling me
happening
stupid
around
because
them.
I care
What did
about my
he
real
do
world
with
life?
policy to
Bro, that is
effectuate
so
gas
that's so
going
rude.
down? Do you believe in magic? You just believe
People vote
magically?
based on their
You just believe in magic that Donald Trump came into office and magically the prices are down. We are just now under $3. He's been in for a year. He didn't do anything. I will say gas prices have gone down. He didn't do anything. He's going off of the leases, the drilling leases that Biden already put into place because he gave out the most drilling leases we have seen. So we're drilling. We're also importing a shit ton of oil from the Saudis, a shit ton, which is why there are mass layoffs within American oil jobs here. People are being laid off from oil jobs in the United States because we are importing so much oil from other countries. Because guess what? It's still cheaper to import their oil than it is to refine and use ours. So the benefit you're getting from the 20-cent difference from December of 2024 to now isn't effectuated by Donald Trump, for one. And two, if anything, is harming American workers. Congratulations, you hurt the American people. I'm so glad that your gas is $2.48. You guys died in June of 2022. And also, yes, Wild Yami, which, hi, it's nice to see you. I always see you in Audie's chat. The blends change. We're in a winter blend, which tends to be cheaper because people don't drive as much. There's also those things. Thank you for calling the stream. Age, state, who'd you vote for?
I voted for Donald Trump.
Okay, age and state.
My state is West Virginia, and I'm 22.
Okay, why are you still supporting Trump?
Because he's done so much. He's done so good.
With what?
Gas is good down here. Everyone, very good. He captured.
Madeline, W. Madeline. I'm sorry I missed that. I didn't see it earlier. W. Madeline for the 5 for the cran snack for your last guess. That would have been Mr. Indo-Pacific off the coast of China Marine Corps man. But thank you, W, for the 5. I appreciate you.
I feel like he smoked a lot.
I feel like he's not real.
It's probably more accurate.
Thank you for calling the stream. Age, state, who'd you vote for? Okay. Nice talk. Glad we could talk.
When ICE goes to
Why are you playing him automatically? I don't want to hear the Keebler Elf's voice if I didn't ask for it. He denied Donald Trump's conversation about a takeover. There's always that. That's fun. You know, he doesn't see things. Other fun information is that the Kennedy Center is closing for 2 years for renovations, when in reality that Trump's having a big baby tantrum because everybody's canceling and nobody is going to the Kennedy Center anymore. So they can't afford to keep open, so he's just going to shut it down. I'm taking my ball and I'm going home.
Mm-hmm.
He's the biggest crybaby ever. The Donald Trump Center. It's the, what did he name it? The Trump Kennedy Center or something stupid. Well, yeah, and so Harry Enton did another poll, by the way, about favoring voter ID. And that's a I would call it a 70-30 issue. So 70% of Americans specifically, it doesn't even matter. Like you've got favor of photo ID, 85% of white voters, 82% of Latino voters, 76% of black voters. You have Democrats overwhelmingly over 70% and Republicans over 70% who agree with voter ID or photo ID, for voting. It's hard, but again, it's already a thing. You already have to have your social security number when you register. Trademark, it's going to be super gaudy. The marble armrests that I'm sure will be so very comfortable are gonna be a thing. Who else would I recommend supporting? I would recommend supporting in the midterms people who can stem the bleeding that this administration has wrought on this nation. I think we have an issue with a Congress that just allows Donald Trump to do whatever the fuck he wants, and they let him take their power, which I'm surprised by because this is their careers. This is things they've worked for that they will have long after he has gone is gone, and they're just letting him push them around. And not doing anything. He has done multiple things that violate the Constitution that would be impeachable and removable offenses, and they just don't do anything about it. I don't know why you would let this 79-year-old cankle-assed, Venus deficiency-assed man push you around when you've worked your entire life in politics and he's just put money into it. And he's making money. Again, MAGA, I don't understand why you support this man. His family and his company have made upwards of $4 billion just this year. He himself has made about $1.4 billion of that money to himself. This isn't helping you. Him getting rich doesn't help you. And so I don't understand why you simp for him, because it's not doing anything for you. So, for example, let's talk about him being asked about Abu Dhabi, the royal family, investing hundreds into World Liberty Financial. If you don't know what that is his crypto company that his children run. He did not divest, and his family did not divest from it.
Mr. President, the Wall Street Journal reported that the royal family of Abu Dhabi invested hundreds of millions of dollars in World Liberty Financial. Can you explain why you decided to take that investment? Was that a transaction?
Well, I don't know about it. I know that crypto is a big thing, and they like it. A lot of people like it. The people behind me like it. My sons are handling that. My family is handling it. And I guess they get investments from different people, but I'm not. I have all I can handle right now with Iran and with Russia and Ukraine and with all the things we're doing. So I don't know exactly, other than, I'm a big crypto person. I'm the one that probably helped crypto more than anybody because I believe in it. And the reason I believe in it is because if we don't do it, Scott, I think we can say then China's going to do it. Right?
Yes, sir.
If we don't do crypto, then China's going to do it. And it's just like AI. We're leading AI by a lot. And if we weren't leading, China would have led. They're very capable. They're very good.
We're not leading AI either. China's miles ahead of us in way of technology. But again, he is allowing his family to enrich themselves in his business. He's got a nice little cushy little nest egg for if he leaves office and when he leaves office, if he managed to do so on his own. Again, it is about the fact that he uses his position, and they know he does. This donation by the Saudi family, by Abu Dhabi's family, the royal family, happened right before his inaugural. So he had already won the presidency, but he wasn't inaugurated yet. So they were donating to him to be like, hey, I scratched your back, you scratch mine. And he does. That's why he likes crypto so much. It's why he does all these things that he's doing, putting them on boards of peace for Gaza so that they can build resorts there. It's insane, the amount of fucking corruption that's just happening in front of your face. Jimmy Carter sold his entire family peanut farm just to make sure that there was no rumors or whispers of impropriety of himself as president. And yet you guys cheer for this man enriching himself, that his enrichment of himself, besides being corrupt, does nothing for you. Nothing. What do you get out of that? Besides owning the libs. I love it. I can't afford food. I can't. Nothing's happening in my podunk town, but I get to say I own the libs. It's sad. Nothing I said is correct, Jeremy. You can call and tell me about it. What am I missing? Maybe I'm missing something. What am I missing? I'd like to see it. Maybe I'm missing something. But I doubt it. Also, there was a measles outbreak in the Dilley facility, the Dilley Family Center Immigration Facility in Texas. That is the facility where Liam Conejas Ramos was being kept with his father. And he has now made it home. They are back home in Minnesota. But the Dilley facility has not allowed any transfers in or out. There is no movement in or out from the Dilley facility, yes, south of San Antonio. Thank you, Parkers, because there is a massive measles outbreak there. Just add it to the list, like Dragon's Celt says, of all of the measles outbreaks that have been happening across the nation. Measles was a virus that was almost eradicated in the United States. And yet we've brought it back. Maha has brought it back. Congratulations. You guys are doing so good protecting our children from disease. So proud of you. The corruption on both sides. Death Corner, what corruption on both sides? I would love to talk about that. I'm not going to simp for Democrats. So give me corruption on both sides that has verifiable, oh, excuse me. It's hard when I hear myself. Verifiable proof. I would like to see it. And we can talk about it. I'll absolutely call them out. I have no problem doing that. But I would like to see it. Do like Doug and throw some random fucking gift on the screen. Not his yeehaws. I love him, but we gotta stop that somehow. the cowboy hat yeehaws are a choice. Let's see if he answered. Nope. Ilhan Omar reverse channel says, do you have proof that Ilhan Omar has done anything corrupt besides the fact that you just don't like her and that Donald Trump doesn't like her? Where's the proof that she has committed corruption in any way? I hope you got the COVID shot and all the boosters. I absolutely did, Carpenter Patriot. Because I have a family that I care about. I have a mother with pre-existing conditions, and I have children with pre-existing conditions that make them immunocompromised. So yeah, I absolutely do that. Yeah, I care
live
about
in
people.
a bubble.
I care about people. Hunter's laptop. Hunter wasn't in the government.
What, in the 2021?
Hunter's not in the government. What did he do? Hunter was never in a governmental capacity. So what was on the laptop that was corruption for the government? She gained 30 million. Show me the proof of that. Where did she gain 30 million? Going from broke to 30 million.
Every single one of you in the tube chat live in delusion. Literally.
I want to keep that.
You guys have nothing better to do, so you sit there and you scroll on Tube, and you have nothing else better to do.
I mean, my thing is I want to see it. I don't have a problem with that. But you have to show me proof. You can't just say it. Her husband...
Okay, not you, Justin. Okay.
Between her and her husband, their combined assets increased. And James Comer talked about this, actually. Let me find it, because they don't even have an exact amount. James Comer said anywhere from 6 million to 30 million, which, by the way, that's quite a fucking, quite a stretch range of money. So again, where's the proof of this? Is this the one? Let's see.
Can invest.
Yes, it is. Okay, here's James Comer giving you a range of money of supposed fraud by Ilhan Omar, anywhere between 6 million to 30 million, which means, again, he has no facts to back it up. He's just saying a number because he knows it's not true. Oop, hold on. Sorry.
Heat up on Ilhan Omar. They want to know how she got all that money.
What your response is to the Oversight Committee launching an investigation into your net worth, you and your husband's net worth. They're claiming that it's risen rapidly. What's your response to what they're saying?
House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer. All right, Mr. Comer, you were in banking before politics, right? So she suddenly, in 1 year, after being worth a few $1,000s, is now worth $30 million. Have you ever seen anything like that?
No, and the way the financial disclosure forms are, there's a big variation. But here's what we know: she went from zero to anywhere between $6 and $30 million in a year.
Anywhere between $6 and $30 million in a year. So which is it? Where's the proof? Because you're just saying numbers now. Anywhere between 6 million and 30 million. Which one is it? Is it 6 million or is it 30 million? And how do you prove that that's fraud?
Year. Now, why is that relevant? First of all, I don't know many people that go from 0 to 30 without having a legitimate business. Her husband is in some type of finance business, but we don't know what it is. It doesn't appear to be
It's wine. He owns a winery.
private equity, doesn't appear to be venture capital. So we just have questions. What exactly is the business that you're involved in? It was kind of like the same questions we asked Hunter Biden that he never could answer. But then, you know, she won't answer any questions. The ethics committee is supposed to investigate members. We're not supposed to investigate individual members, but this business is in her husband's name. So we can investigate her husband and
Oh, so not her. Oh, so it's not her money. Oh. No, Sandwich, she didn't. She did not.
And we are going to do that because we're, as you know.
Now you got him mad.
Thank you for calling the stream. Age, state, who'd you vote for?
Yeah, well, just to let you know, I think you need to go to law school. Number one, evidence cannot be made public while there's an investigation going on.
Is there an open investigation by the DOJ or any kind of law enforcement?
There is.
Show me that.
Yes, there is.
That would be reported on. There would be a reporting of which agency is in the process of investigating Ilhan Omar.
There is no statement will come out of the investigation.
No, they would report that there is
That is law,
an investigation.
young lady.
No,
That is law. Go to law school. I'm not going to argue with you. Go to law school.
You are arguing with me right now,
honey. Go to law school and
There
understand
would
what's
be-
going on,
There
young
would
lady.
be reporting that there is an ongoing investigation. They wouldn't report on the evidence, dummy. And if there was an investigation, that would be reported on. Once there is an indictment, that would then become public record. I'm sure he went to law school.
Old man yells at clouds. That's what I was feeling hardcore there. Young lady, oh, you whippersnapper.
Go to law school, young lady.
Yeah, but
Sure. Again, I want proof. If the ethics committee wants to investigate her husband, I don't have a problem with that. That's fine. Nobody has a problem with that. But again, you guys are saying things without proof of anything. I didn't hang up on him. Oh, okay. Odd. Never mind. I apologize. Odd. You were saying that he hung up. Yeah, I didn't hang up on him. I was I was pasting the ACLU's administrative versus judicial warrants into my live sources. That's how much I cared about that conversation. But again, investigate her. That's fine. But even James Comer can't show you how much they made from where it came from. He's ranging anywhere from 6 million to 30 million. So you guys saying 30 million doesn't make it true. Estimates ranging from 6 million to as high as 30 million. Okay. And it is a venture capitalist group that her husband runs. So James Comer again lied to you. Why do you guys like getting lied to? James Comer lied. He said it's not tied. We don't know what the business is, and it's not tied to any venture capitalism. It is. Rose Lake Capital. It is. Why do you let them lie to you? Who else? So we got through Ilhan Omar. We don't have any provable evidence that she has committed fraud other than what Donald Trump and the Republicans have said, but there has been no investigation into that. Who else? Who else on the Democratic Party? Has there been corruption that I or any of my lefties have defended? That's provable.
Yabba dabba 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 doo. That's all I heard the entire time he was talking.
Russian collusion was not corruption, and that was investigated by the GOP. If you don't know that the committee that issued the reports on Russia was Marco motherfucking Rubio, you should probably go back into your history on that. That was Marco Rubio.
But even then, as if that would be something that would make you guys change your mind about.
And it wasn't corruption by the Democrats.
Trump.
These reports were issued by Marco Rubio. That was not the Democrats. Try again. Next. And you guys don't even know what that means. You don't know what Russian collusion meant.
Most of you can't even spell it.
Also that.
What is it with Republicans?
Look, it's still here. Rubio's statement on Senate Intel release of Volume 5 of Bipartisan Russia Report, August 18th, 2020. U.S. Senate Select Committee on Intelligence Acting Chairman Marco Rubio and Vice Chairman Mark Warner released the fifth and final volume of the committee's bipartisan Russia investigation titled Volume 5, Counterintelligence Threats and Vulnerabilities. Look, they've been investigating this. Whose quote was this? I wonder whose quote that was. Released the following statement in a video message. Quote, "We can say without any hesitation that the committee found absolutely no evidence that then candidate Donald Trump or his campaign colluded with the Russian government to meddle in the 2016 election." That's true. They didn't find that. They found Paul Manafort did, though, who was part of his campaign. Paul Manafort was pumping money into rebel forces in Ukraine to combat and fight back to try and get dirty information for the election. It's something he was doing. So who's next? Again, Marco Rubio was the one involved in the Russian collusion. So who on the Democratic Party had corruption that we defended? Reverse channel, I've never said that. There are bad people. If you guys want to investigate Nancy Pelosi, please feel free to do so. Josh Hawley promoted the Pelosi Act. It's now called the Honest Act. But let's look at that. The Pelosi Act, which is now, so this was the original one. I'll bring it up so you can see that that's what it was called. The Pelosi Act, preventing elected leaders from owning securities and investments, right? So this would have prevented Congress from being able to hold investments and trade investments at all, trade stocks. Pelosi was like, hey, I agree with you. I like that. So what they did was they changed the name of it to the Honest Act. Which is halting ownership and non-ethical stock transactions. Again, Senator Hawley, they just renamed it and reproposed it. Where'd it go? Oh, it was introduced and it didn't go anywhere. Why? Why didn't it go anywhere? Ari, why didn't the Honest Act go anywhere?
Because Rick Scott was like, this is going to discourage entrepreneurs from wanting to join Congress.
Right. But I agree. Josh Hawley, as a Republican, I agreed with the Honest Act. I would like to see that go forth and be passed, and it would bar Congress people from being able to invest and trade in stocks while they serve.
And if y'all think I'm kidding, that was literally his quote.
I believe it.
It also would include future presidents. Not Trump. They put in a carve out for Trump. Trump is allowed to invest in trade stocks. I wonder why he was carved out.
It would include any other elected official currently in office, because you have to divest within 90 days of the bill going into law.
And then if you're an elected official, you have to divest before being sworn into office of the following election.
Right.
But yeah, that's why. It's because of individuals like Rick Scott crying.
And it's not, we don't put them in jail. Who's Bob Menendez? Guys. His political career ended after he was convicted in a political corruption case in 2024, making him the first sitting member of Congress convicted of conspiracy to act as a foreign agent.
Nuh-uh.
So he was convicted under the Biden DOJ administration. And nobody's here defending Bob Menendez. Go to jail, fucker.
Wasn't he pardoned? Or wasn't there a Democrat that Trump pardoned?
Cuellar, I think.
Something like that, where he was spending time in Trump.
Henry Cuellar in Texas. Let's get, because he wanted him to help him. All right.
Yeah, he wanted him to run as a Republican, and then he was upset when he resubmitted his name or his candidacy as a Democrat.
In early May of 2024, Cuellar, again, this is a Democrat, was indicted on money laundering, bribery, and conspiracy charges by a federal grand jury in Houston, Texas. He was alleged to have accepted nearly $600,000 from the Azerbaijani government and a Mexican commercial bank in order to influence U.S. policy. He was pardoned by President Donald Trump in December 2025. His criminal trial had been rescheduled to start in April of 2026.
That's what I thought.
Oh my God. And that reminds me of, like, people think that individuals that are on the left, and I'm using this in quotes, you can't see me because I'm not on camera, are incapable of calling out individuals of their own party. And it just reminds me of how somebody got so upset when they're like, yeah, I listened to Cenk from the TYT. And I'm like, you mean the G-side denier? Yeah,
Right.
Great source.
Great source.
And he's like, but he's on the left. I'm like,
No, he's
and
not.
he still denies that G-side.
But also he's not. Cenk Uygur is not on the left. That's silly. That's just silly.
Yeah, like,
if you're listening to
Like,
Cenk
listen, I used
Uygur
to
and the
like
Young
the
Turks,
TYT.
please. Yeah, he also
used to
pardoned
like them, but-
Blagojevich. Thank you, Yami. So who's defending corruption? Who's pardoning it? Fuck Henry Cuellar. Okay. Fuck Bob Menendez. Fuck Blagojevich. Who's pardoning them? Donald Trump. I didn't say there's no bad on the Democratic side, but I want proof of that bad. Here's proof of that bad. Convictions. Not just, I don't like Ilhan Omar. Try again. Who's your next Democrat?
All the dumb stuffers. It's so great. It's so fantastic. Like, it's just so funny just listening to them, and like you call out somebody that's on the left and they're like, oh my God, but they're on the left. And it's like, and? Like, does that make them immune
No, I don't care.
to being called out? Like somebody last night, were you in my live last night?
For a little bit. For most of it, but I was modding the chat more than I was like listening.
Oh, that's totally fine. Dude was like, so what about Clinton? I'm like, I don't give a fuck about Clinton.
Yeah, I don't
Bury him
care.
under the bus.
I don't
And like,
care.
the guy just keeps going through. I'm like, why are you all listening to them?
Clinton should have been in jail for what he did to women. I don't.
Yeah.
The fact that we waited till now, like the people are like, oh, what about Clinton? All of us were like, hey, yeah, Jennifer Flowers existed. Yeah. We knew. Misogyny is a bitch. The patriarchy is a bitch. That you all as men can get away with the shit you get away with. Yeah, we know. We didn't need lists, to believe women. Weird, huh? I know. But who's defending corruption again? If Cenk isn't left, what is he? I mean, I guess moderate.
Center.
Yeah, like center. He is like he rides the fence. It depends on what's going to make him money on his channel, really. That's why I don't like Cenk Uygur. But again, you guys can't say, like, I'm so tired of the, like, two wings of the same bird, two sides of the same coin. They're both the same. No, they're not. Am I saying that means that Democrats are just all good? No, there's bad Democrats. I'm not a Democrat. I don't abide by them. But their policies are better for the American people as a whole than Republican policies are. Republicans just want themselves and their donors to get rich. In that vein, where's her most recent conversation? You guys are going to get mad about this one, probably. On all sides, all of you are about to be mad. I apologize for the jump scare.
What happened with MAGA and who's influencing Trump, do you think?
Well, I thought MAGA to me was about make America great again. There's only one country in that phrase, America. I was a true believer, absolutely bottom line true believer. America first.
Bitch, we know.
I was like, heck yeah, our tax dollars shouldn't go to any other foreign country. No foreign cause, regime change. Who cares? Iran's got 93 million people in their country. If they want to overthrow their government, take 93 million people and go do it. Like, I could care less about Iran. I don't care about Israel. I don't care about Ukraine and Russia and China. I don't care about Venezuela. I don't care about any of them. I care about America. I care about our problems. I care about the fact that my kids who are Gen Z will never be able to afford life. That whole generation, they probably won't be able to buy.
Oh, you did that. That was you.
I was gonna say, fuck you.
did that.
Like, fuck you. You're one of the sole people that have helped with us not being able to move forward in society. You can go to bed at night knowing I fucked up the future for my kids and their friends.
I missed that last part. What did she say?
That her kids will never be able to afford a home.
Oh yeah, thanks. Thanks, DJT. Thanks for Congress never signing a law that says that corporations can't buy up single-family homes. A good reason why we're in this freaking mess, but hey.
A house. They can't afford health insurance. They can't afford car insurance. Most of their jobs are going to be replaced by AI. Like, that's the stuff I care about. But after we won the election in 2024, a few months in, and MAGA started turning into MIGA. And it started turning into whatever country Donald Trump said it was about. And here we're sitting here today, and you and I are having a discussion. And the president put out on his Truth Social yesterday that he's.
It did sound like a slur. It sounded like she slurred.
Got a giant fleet going over to Iran because of the protesters over there. Well, I'm sorry. We've got civil war practically breaking out in Minnesota. Can we not care about that? And care about the fraud and care about all these issues here in America. So, no, MAGA is, I think people are realizing it was all a lie. It was a big lie for the people. What MAGA is really serving is, in this administration, who they're serving is their big donors, the big donors that donated all the money and continue to donate to the president's PACs and donate to the 250th anniversary and are donating to the big ballroom. And if they're donating to all these things, those are the people that get the special favors, they get the government contracts, they get the pardons, or somebody they love or one of their friends gets a pardon. And it's the foreign countries that are running the show here. It's the major big corporations and what is best for the world. That's really what MAGA is. That's the results. That's what we're seeing after one full year of MAGA. We are seeing war on behalf of Israel. We are seeing the people in Gaza, innocent people in Gaza, hundreds of thousands of them completely murdered so that they can build some new real estate development and money can.
Here's the thing, guys. I know everybody on our side. I understand. She's agreeing with us. We're not agreeing with her. Always remember that because she's still insane. But she's agreeing with us. But the thing is she helped bring this movement about. If you guys don't remember what the Tea Party was, that's what MAGA is. The Tea Party was these people. It was Marjorie Taylor Greene. It was Ted Cruz. They were the fringe on the right where even Republicans were like, yeah, we don't deal with them. It's fine. They're just there. They were the ones who took over. She is the reason we have Donald Trump right now. And even she realized that she's expendable to Donald Trump and that all he wants is to make himself and his cohorts rich. That's it. You don't know why she hates Israel? Because she's anti-Semitic.
She had it coming.
Jewish space lasers.
Yeah, Jewish space lasers. She is anti-Semitic than a motherfucker. I don't like Israel, but I don't like the Israeli government. It has nothing to do with the people and everything to do with Netanyahu. So
She had it coming.
right. And again, that's the thing is I can say I told you so over and over. We all knew. We all knew. And we told you over and over and over. So this is her finding out period. You know that FAFO you guys like to throw around? This is her finding out. My thing is, again, she realized it. Why can't you? Why can't you realize that everything he is doing in his corruption is for himself and his donors? He's not doing anything for you. Except allowing you to be hateful. That's it. That's all he did. He clapped your back and he said, good job. You hate all the people that we hate. That's just a distraction. He doesn't give a fuck. Or else he wouldn't be taking Saudi money. If he hated the people you hate with your Islamophobia, he wouldn't be taking Saudi money.
Or giving Saudi Arabia or the UAE some of our jets.
Yeah.
So they can copy our technology, even if he says that they're going to get the important bits.
We're
Like,
giving
let's
them the NVIDIA chips that are like the highest fucking chips in the entire world for them to have that technology. What the fuck are we doing? Giving them that
OpenAI
technology.
What I find funny is OpenAI isn't satisfied with their NVIDIA chips.
Yeah, that's crazy. You want us
That
to
made me
fund
laugh.
you for when the fucking stock market falls apart, which it's going to. We're going to have a level 2008 times 2 fucking crash thanks to bolstering our economy with AI. So much so that OpenAI has come out and said, hey, can you, back us up with government money in case this fails? Like they paid out the banks in 2008. But not just that. They're like, hey, we don't like these chips. What?
Yeah, they don't like it now. I still like how everyone was all excited because Donald Trump made that deal that they would, the United States government would get a portion of the sales of any NVIDIA chips in China.
Yeah.
A percentage.
Where's that?
And then the Chinese government's like, you buy those chips and we're going to find the ever-living daylights out of y'all in my country. It's just like,
Ooh, what's
how's that sale going?
Like, where is the benefit? What is this administration doing that is a benefit to you? That is the answer I'm waiting for that I'm not finding. I can't find it. Where's the benefit to you? Sure, he's doing mass deportations and violating the Constitution to do so. What is that benefiting you? How? Is that helping you and your family put food on the table? That's helping you and your family get a better job, be able to afford a house, have better education for your children? What's that? How is that helping you? It's not.
If anybody wants to pay $10 for a summer
Pay Ari the summer fee.
video. Yeah. She's right here. I don't know if anyone can hear her just breathing because she's a dog.
Whiskey's
That's what
asleep
dogs-
in his bucket.
Wild.
Asleep in his bucket?
Yeah, so you know how in the cat trees they'll have like attachments to the side? It's more of a bowl, but I call it a bucket.
Bruce said it's saving tax dollars. You're saying the mass deportations are saving tax dollars? They're not.
Oh my God.
It's
It
costing
costs
us so much money.
The Penn Wharton budget model, which to be clear, guys, is right-leaning, but also highly
Where
factual.
Donald Trump went to school.
Yeah, they estimate that it costs us about $78,000 per immigrant for deportation.
Also, Eli brought up a good point. Let the record show that Marjorie buckled after 1 week under the gun, and she's still white. She still never got the shit AOC or Ilhan Omar got. And is still
she
getting.
did come out and say she had death threats. And those are things she never complained about having before she spoke out. Because it's not us. It's y'all.
It's Republicans.
They're so silly.
When I write letters, I write them in the official capacity to Congress members, and we write out scripts. Actually, if you guys don't know, if you are a friendly part of my Discord, we have the entire activism channel where we put these scripts in that we come up with for specific issues happening at the time for you to be able to use to email or call your Congress people. So it's not us.
Speaking of your server, when you are off, I want to call both you and Olive.
Okay.
You're both in trouble. Roar, horrible. Yeah.
Paul said, and
I
Biden
already
let
know.
how many in? I don't know, Paul.
Could've
How
been
many
no.
is it? Because the number has been going up every year that you guys talk about it. I've heard 5, 10, 15, 20. The president of the United States said 25 million, according on when he spoke on Dan Bongino's podcast. That's not what DHS
Bongino.
says. DHS disagrees with him. But how many did he let in?
Not the flip flop, Lynatti.
They should raise the self-deportation amount to 5K at least. So we're
Oh,
paying
God.
them to leave? That's our money.
By the way, the estimation from Penn Wharton doesn't even include what they're paying out for this self-deportation. That doesn't even include that. This is just for us deporting immigrants as they find them. Lord have fucking, like, bruh.
I don't want the chancla. I didn't do anything.
It would be cheaper than $7,800 a person. Sure. It's $78,000, not $7,800.
Oh my God.
Hold on, getting a phone call. I'll be back.
Okay. It's $78,000 a person.
How do you mishear that?
Yes, and that would be cheaper than that. But guess what? Everybody doesn't want to leave. And they also pay into taxes here. $96 billion in taxes in 2023.
Nuh-uh.
That's pretty much the answer.
Yeah.
Again, what does getting rid of these immigrants do for you?
They
Nothing.
make me feel better inside.
Right. That's pretty much it.
They make me feel all tingly.
What does him building a ballroom with 300, I think he said the last number he said was $350 million. What does that get you? What does him building an arch get you? Just wondering. How do we know that number, 96 billion? The IRS. The IRS has shown that undocumented immigrants have paid $96 billion in 2023 in local, state, and federal taxes.
In 2024,
Yeah.
they paid $24 billion just in Social Security.
There you go. They pay towards our Social Security system. That, by the way, should be solvent, but isn't because Republicans and Democrats both borrow from it and don't put it back. It doesn't increase jobs to get rid of them, reverse channel. There are 7 million open jobs right now while immigrants work. So opening up those jobs will just mean more empty jobs. There's not enough of us to work those jobs. Unemployment is down. That's good. Means people are working. There's less people looking for work. And with unemployment being down, there are still 7 million open jobs. There is not enough of us to work the jobs necessary to keep the United States functioning. We don't need more jobs. That's not good. We're losing jobs all over the place. People are being fired because of AI. Kevin Hassett said that the reason manufacturing jobs are down right now is because they haven't turned the machines on. But manufacturing jobs took quite a hit.
Nuh-uh, that's not true. No, AI good. AI so good.
There you go. April. What was the significance of April? Oh, Liberation Day tariffs. Meow.
What's this chart?
These are all manufacturing jobs.
Oh yeah, I have
For
no
1
idea
year.
what's going down. Sorry, it just
Oh no, you're fine.
it looks really weird on my screen.
Manufacturing
know.
jobs. We need more housing. We have a shit ton of housing. They're owned by corporations who aren't selling them or renting them out. It's not going to lower housing costs. Actually, specifically, Donald Trump said he doesn't want to do that. Have you not heard that, Matthew? Let me find it. I have the video.
That's a good clip.
Where is it? Is it in this
Here's an
one or is it in
interesting headline while you pull that up. Jill Biden's ex-husband, Bill Stevenson, arrested for murder of his wife, Linda.
Jesus Christ. Here you go.
One of the things Scott said, though, is, again, existing housing, people that own their homes, we're going to keep them wealthy. We're going to keep those prices up. We're not going to destroy the value of their homes so that somebody that didn't work very hard can buy a home. We're going to make it easier to buy. We're going to get interest rates down. But I want to protect the people that for the first time in their lives feel good about themselves. They feel like they've, that they're wealthy people. And I want them to understand it. There's so much talk about, we're going to drive housing prices down. I don't want to drive housing prices down. I want to drive housing prices up for people that own their homes. And they can be assured that's what's going to happen. One of the things.
Oh. So it's not going to bring housing prices down because he's going to keep them high. Interesting. I don't know why you guys simp for him. He literally says it to your face that he's not going to help you. The only person that lowering interest rates helps are corporations and his rich buddies, especially with inflation the way it is. Doesn't help them. I didn't hang up. Oh, yeah, no, I did hang up on you. I apologize. Yeah, I did. And I don't apologize for hanging up. I just apologize that I said I didn't. Yeah, no, I definitely hung up on you because you guys don't listen.
How rude. Why would you do that? Why would you hang up on someone? That's
Because
so
he's a man.
rude.
I said that one just to trigger them.
W. Landry.
Because you don't listen. My issue is that you don't listen. You were being civil, and I understand that, but you guys railroad and you keep talking and you don't listen. It's not doing anything beneficial for you. We did have a good convo, Yub. We did. You can definitely call back another day. I have the phone lines off. I want everybody to know it's 4 minutes out from when it's lunchtime. But you definitely can call back and that's fine. Yeah, I know. It's a passionate thing, Yub. I totally understand that. I crash out like any other person. I try to be pretty logical when I speak, though. When I'm speaking, I'm talking with stats. I'm talking with law, like that. Those are the things in the way that in which I speak, because my feelings just will trigger people. That's not because my ideology. Again, I've said this before. I'm way farther left than the Democrats are. So what I want, I know isn't going to be applicable in this country. I just know that. And I'm honest about it. So I'm going to abide by what we have and what the facts are. But again, they've been lying to you. J.D. Vance was the one who came out and said that, which I still don't understand how it can be both. Immigrants are both a welfare state, taking up all this money in welfare, which is also a lie. They don't get welfare from the federal government. While at the same time buying up all the housing and making housing prices higher because there's no housing. But then Donald Trump is coming out saying he doesn't want to lower housing prices. You can't have it on all sides. You have to wake up. You have to start thinking critically. This man and this administration do not care about you. And you have to stem the bleeding because Congress is not doing it. They're not checking him like they're supposed to. North Korea has what I want. Sure, I'm sure they do. I'm not using any facts. What am I not using facts on?
What facts are we missing? Please inform me.
I'm not saying, and again, I always say this, I'm not saying this to be condescending. I am saying this, maybe you have information I don't have. But it has to be factual information from a primary source.
Those don't exist. What are you talking about?
Yeah, those don't exist.
How dare you request such things?
Housing prices are higher because of the 2008 crisis. Builders stopped building for 10 years while baby boomers bought up houses. There's a combination. So housing prices increased after 2008 when we started building back up, right? There's a nice little medium area you want to be with housing prices because you want people to still be able to buy, but you want people to be able to sell at a profit. COVID affected that too. Donald Trump also. So Donald Trump, prior to COVID, having steel and lumber tariffs were an issue for housing builders. As somebody who literally bought a house during that time, we got delayed over and over and over because of they weren't passing permits, but also for materials. And so that was an issue because of Donald Trump's tariffs. Then COVID came along and we shut down trade. So stuff wasn't coming in. So there was a point in time where housing wasn't being built. But you are correct. There was a pause. There was a pause in building. They were like, hey, we're going to give it a chance to mellow out. But then the housing crisis happened. And so it made a mess. I'm pretty sure I've talked with Jeff, End of Species, about this before, that there was a pause on building actually prior to 2008. It wasn't after 2008. It was prior. And then 2008 happened. But Democrats increased prices. Democrats shut down trade. Who was president in March of 2020?
Huh? It's like that. Somebody said that last night.
Yeah, U.S. Nicki Minaj's gold card.
Oh, you just noticed there?
Yeah. I love your username. You worked in mortgage sales. COVID interest rates caused a freaking fire sale. That's true. I was, the reason I was able to buy a home, I live in a multi-generational household. The reason we were able to buy a home was because of the stimulus checks. There were 2 under Trump and 1 under Biden that we saved because we all received one. We saved them. We were able to put down on a house. And it was also during COVID. So we were able to get a house. But again, this president is telling you with his own mouth that he wants to keep prices high. How did the Democrats specifically increase housing prices? Your Japan itinerary draft.
Yeah.
Are you going to Japan? I thought you were going to Kuwait. What's that? Oh no, wait. You're going to Japan first? I don't remember.
Oh, no one sent me anything to show off the dog, so that sucks.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to get ready to go. I will comment on the fact that she wants to be a Smurfette. What does that even mean? Matthew Gallagher said Trump, but every Democrat campaigned on shutting down trade. I would love to see that. Matthew, please come back tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, whatever time that is for you. I would love to see where the Democrats, any Democrat, campaigned on shutting down trade as part of their campaign. I'm sure that campaign went really well for them.
My suggestion for a TikTok raid.
Suggestion for a TikTok raid?
Yeah, I already typed it in the comments.
Oh, God. Who's that?
AJ.
Oh. Okay.
You love AJ.
I do love AJ. We can do that. Let me say bye to YouTube real quick, and then we'll do that. All right, YouTube, my lovely little hate watchers, YouTube and Twitch. Twitch, you love watch me, and I appreciate you guys for always being here. Oh, God, she kicked herself. But I appreciate you guys for being here. I would love it if you guys come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, whatever time that is for you. I appreciate you guys so much, even if you're here to argue. Again, if you have information that I don't have, I would love to see it. So if there was somebody who campaigned on closing trade, I would like to see it. But, yep, that's it for me. I'm going to go have lunch. I'll see